2 of the Challenge Tuesday series. I am Cassandra from Nanny Knows, and today we will be discussing the biggest parenting challenge you are facing. The number one challenge you are facing as a parent is that your kids are not listening. So today we're going to be finding out why and what can we do about it. I asked my son to help me clean up, trying to encourage him to clean up with me. He was totally ignoring me.
I'm not listening to Mommy.
Why? Why are you not helping Mom?
I'm the one to clean up.
So let's dive in. In this video, I'll be explaining to you why your kids won't listen, understanding why they won't listen to you, and how to get your kids to cooperate. Although my son practicing his assertiveness is great, his impulse control hasn't developed quite yet. What this means is that as a parent, you find that simple requests are resisted. Getting dressed, sitting at the table for meals, or going to bed on time are ignored. Firstly, you need to understand how your child's brain is developing. Because the prefrontal cortex is not developed until adulthood, their thinking, logical brain cannot give logical reasons for them doing things. So asking them why they threw their entire plate of food on the floor, or why they opened the tap to fill the whole bath after you told them not to, won't give you the answer you're looking for. They don't do it to be devious. They genuinely are learning and want to find out what happens if. A child that does not listen, it can be any instruction, can be tiresome. You ask, they don't listen, you threaten, they respond somewhat annoyed, angry mama bear comes out and nobody likes her. You start yelling and screaming, and now you have worked yourself up so much because you've had to ask 10 times. So you give them an old-fashioned hiding, or send them to timeout, whatever works in the moment. As soon as you start yelling or shouting at your child, the emotional brain takes over completely and the logical brain shuts down. What then starts happening is a vicious cycle. When your child listens less as a result, the connection with your child erodes, and so they start misbehaving even more. Generally, kids don't listen because they long for connection with you. Kids cannot communicate what they are feeling a lot of the time, and as a result, they act out, they become defiant, and they try to grab your attention, whether positive or negative. So through this process, what have child and parent learned from each other? Your child has learned that they do not need to listen the first time, and you have learned that threats do not work. Anger, timeouts, or even hidings do. This cycle will continue because your child has learned that they only need to listen when you get angry. Many parents don't like to admit this or hear this, but it is actually the parent who is part of the problem. It is the way in which you react to your child after he has not listened the first time that sets the cycle off. Every action and word contains an underlying message of communication. This is why we have to listen for the messages from our children. Because from a developmental standpoint, our kids' brains aren't mature enough to tell us exactly what they are thinking.
You are not listening.
I like to warn my son with the phrase, "You are not listening," after I've asked something once, which is usually all he needs as a reminder that consequence will immediately follow if he has not done as I've asked. There must be a consequence after you've asked something. You don't need to threaten or punish, but it is important that they know you mean what you say.
What do we do?
Yes, so what can you do? Staying calm in these moments is your biggest parenting asset. If you feel like you're getting worked up, explain that to your child. Tell them, "Mommy is getting very upset now. I need to walk away to calm down." This is such a valuable teachable moment for your child. You are teaching them to calm down. So don't feel like you have failed by getting frustrated. They are watching you and they are learning. In your calm moments, play with your children. Just 10 minutes can make a huge difference. Acknowledge your child and let them feel heard. Use lots of descriptive praise and reflective listening. If you need examples of these, head over to my website. I've got plenty. So a short recap. Be specific with your kids and be realistic. Be empathetic and understanding towards them and praise them when they do good. You want your child to do the right thing because they want to, not because they're afraid not to. In the next video, I will be discussing sibling rivalry. You won't want to miss it. See you soon!